where they want to go and how they want to get there. You mentioned it, that identity.
Well, Birmingham are going places here. Damus is in the middle, and Damus will head it in to give Birmingham the lead.
All right, Stephen, obviously a couple weeks ago, a big game in Rhode Island and a special game for you, obviously going back to your old club, and you made an impact in a big way, providing the assist in the only goal for us. Just looking at it right now, you're just walking me through it.
Yeah, I think when you watch it back after, because in the moment things happen really fast, but when you watch it back, it's really interesting because it kind of brings you back to when you were in the moment and maybe things that you thought that you forgot about. But Fernando hits the ball in behind. I started to make my movement, but then the ball was hit a little more central. So I was kind of like, I don't think that I'm going to get there. But the center back for Rhode Island kind of misreads it. And then I was like, okay, I'm gone. So I just started sprinting, off to the races. As I take my second touch, the goalkeeper comes out and he actually cuts the angle pretty well, like right here. My only sure option that we would score was to cross to Ronaldo. And I knew he was there. He's always there. And yeah, I just took the second touch, looked up, saw him, and yeah, that was it.
Your first inclination was to shoot, and I got to imagine coming into this match, you probably replayed it in your head a little bit, like what would happen if you scored a goal here in your first game back there. So, I mean, how tough is that to fight those urges in the moment and, obviously make what ended up being the correct play? Yeah.
I mean, goals are hard to score for anybody. In my position, you are a little further out wide. So, the reality is that you might have more opportunities to get good service in than you will to score goals. That's just the reality of the situation. But when I found myself here and I'm inside the field and I'm close to the goal, it is really hard not to shoot in those moments. But, at the end of the day, I had to make the right decision, even if it's maybe I want to shoot because I want to score, but that's a little selfish in an aspect because, look at how easy it is for Ronaldo to score it. And honestly, I'm just as happy to get the assist and him score than I would have been if I scored myself.
Obviously, you have a lot of respect and love for, the club, and you were part of that first team with them last year that made it all the way to the finals. So I'm sure there's fond memories. But does it also feel good to come back and kind of show them like, hey, I'm still killing it out here?
Yeah, there's always that aspect because, especially when you have a good year and then, you kind of find yourself being traded away. It's like, as a player, it's always common to think like, it's because they didn't want me or they did, and, sometimes maybe that's the case. Sometimes maybe it's not, as far as what is the truth in my case, I'm still not sure to this day. But so yeah, you always want to, show them that, they made a mistake or, whatever it may be. That's always kind of a chip that you have on your shoulder. But I mean, at the end of the day, this was just another game for me. It was just another opportunity for me to continue building upon, where I want to be and my level and my standard that I hold myself to. Just getting back to what I do, like creating goals, getting assists, scoring goals, like, those are things that I do. So for me, it was...
We could have Fernando come in and talk about it. Here's his ball right here.
Yes, Spirit. Talk about this.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I trust Steven in the space any day. Just laid off for you.
Yeah.
That was a perfect ball.
Did you miss hit it or?
Oh, no, I was in the space.
Yeah.
Like, I initially wanted Pasha to come on and flick it, but then you just came across. So I was going to go to you either way.
I like to hear
I got
that.
you, bro.
Yeah. It's all yours, bro. Have that. It's all yours.
No, but and then going back to like the celebration, obviously that's got to feel pretty cathartic when the whole team goes to you immediately, because I'm sure they knew how special of a game this was for you.
Yeah. No, it was kind of crazy, to be honest. Like, they came up to me like I scored the goal, For them, just, like creating the opportunity, creating the moment, kind of like winning this battle, by just like putting my head down, running, and then picking out the pass. I think, you know, some people were like, you know, like Preston's close to Ronaldo. I think, honestly, I think celebrations are always like whoever you're closest to, you know, like everybody's tired. They're not really trying to run that much. So if I'm closer to them, maybe they'll just go to me. If Ronaldo's closer to them, they'll just go to Ronaldo. So, but yeah, no, just a really good moment to just kind of getting back to doing what I do. And yeah, that was pretty much it.
Well, as we saw right here, you're doing what you're doing, and we look forward to you doing it even more.
Yeah, for sure.
Steve, appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks.